So this is how this would have went.
Yeah, God, that's awful. Oh my God.
So it's going down.
I can't
Look,
imagine.
it's going down, bam, and it just
Play that again.
smashed
Play that
together.
again. Holy
you see what I'm saying?
shit.
You're pretty much smashed together like that.
Oh my God. I can't believe you found this because I looked for something like this. I couldn't find it.
Going down and smash. So they didn't die a slow, painful death. It was pretty fast.
Yeah. It literally
which is
folded
better-
up like a fan.
Better than what I was thinking, because I'm like, that's
But,
horrible. They
mean-
think it, and then they think they're gonna get saved. They never come, and so you run out of breath.
Because all the banging, they were talking
Like,
about there's
look,
banging. We're hearing
this
banging.
sound-
Can you imagine they're out there like banging?
Yeah. Well, you're not. Nobody can hear you down there. They can't. Even do
They
that
can.
No.
They had those sonar
shit.
buoys.
They were acting
Sonar
like
buoys
they
or
were.
whatever.
Like, yeah, they couldn't hear no shit.
No, they definitely can. They definitely the military heard the explosion when they now knowing when it happened, when they rolled it back, they said they reported a noise, not even knowing these people were out there at the time, but it's in the logs at the now known time that they would have exploded.
Yeah, explosion is different than a banging on the fucking submarine
But it was every
underground.
30 minutes.
No, that was false.
Yes,
that
it
that
was.
part that was different. That wasn't even.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
nothing.
you're right. Like, looking back on it.
Nobody's gonna hear this shit. That the I don't know what news I was watching, but like, I think they're gonna they didn't make it. So is it too fast to talk about a movie about it? I'm like, is that how it is now? Like, it's gonna be a movie. Then I don't know how you can make a movie about that. I guess they're gonna make it about the billionaire's life because they're billionaires, so I'm sure they have some interesting shit.
Dude,
But
you can
it's
definitely
like,
make
damn,
one.
right
I didn't
away?
even think about that, and
They thought about it right away, but it's only an hour and 45 minutes. If it was like 2 days, it would be a movie where they're like in the submarine, like, I need water bad. Okay, and one dude went crazy and was like, let's choke him. He's taking all the air. Kill him. He's taking the air.
He's freaking
they go
out.
crazy,
He's getting
yeah.
anxiety. You know that he's stealing
But
our
then-
oxygen.
but
We
even-
only have these many hours. Totally. Yeah.
But even then, they said, in that little shit, they couldn't really move. Oh, no, they couldn't sit down. So they're all standing the whole time.
No, they're sitting. They
They
can't
sit-
stand.
Was it? You sure?
Yeah, they had to take their shoes off, and they're standing like
Okay, so
they're,
they couldn't
they're
move.
sitting like this, like opposite and
Okay.
intertwined. Like
So they couldn't really
someone's
move or
legs are here,
something?
someone's legs are here, someone's legs are here, someone's legs are here.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's just crazy. Yeah, that's
You'll see it on the video
claustrophobic.
that I have. So
It's
I
just-
found this. I don't know if he just posted it yesterday because the people that I'm like watching channels of who are talking about this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I just found it yesterday. This I don't know if he's like his parents are billionaires or whatever, but this kid from Georgia was supposed to be the third expedition on this thing, and it ends up. And he starts the video of like, this was my experience on the trip to Titanic on the Oceangate.
TikToker. There was a TikToker.
He's a social media guy.
Yeah, there was a TikToker that was on that, like the previous.
But he never
trip,
actually got to go down there.
They were just showing on top.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But he made it seem like he
It was just-
did
yeah,
until the
of
very
course.
end.
He selling shit.
But he captured one-on-one interviews with all of them, even PH Nargile, the guy on the very end, so who was the explorer who was hired to go on these excursions because he could talk about the Titanic and give people information as they went. He's got him in his videos in the background, and it is so, for me, he's the saddest one because he was employed to be there and he was an enthusiast and he had gone down on 30 different experiences seeing the Titanic. I mean, I guess like his odds were not that good at that point, but he was the one who was employed to be there and evaporated, And the 19-year-old, it's so sad because he didn't even want to be there.
That just happened. Like, I thought of it totally different
God.
when they were like slowly knowing they were going to die. They had billions of dollars. That's like that's a horrible thought. I had the best life in the world. I'm going to die.
Can I get some Wi-Fi and see who to leave it to? So Stockton Rush. Here's what I think is the worst part, and I learned this yesterday. And let me tell you, I went, just like I always do, deep down this rabbit hole from day one. So the second it happened, I needed to learn everything about implosions, everything about whatever this Oceangate was, and all the things. So why can I never remember what they made the fucking pressure hole out of.
Titanium.
It wasn't. It was titanium. It was the fuck was it? No, carbon fiber. It was carbon fiber and titanium. That's what they did. And carbon fiber was the thing that did them in, which he had been warned about a million times. Here's what I find really fucked up and inexcusable, because people are really mean on social media right now about this whole thing. And I think it's really, honestly, I think it's fucked up. But he is culpable, and this is why, in my opinion. So obviously he's the owner of the company. He created this. He's the one that did not do the checks and did not put the checks in place after being warned and warned time and time again. And not only that, he's started this tourism excursion as a way to fund his research. So he was reaching out to wealthy people and selling them these tickets, knowing full well that he had not insured it. He had not done the proper testing to make sure that it could withstand all of these dives. And he is literally giving the hard sell to these people. So one of these guys that he was trying to get to go on the trip, he literally offered him a last chance bargain bin price to get on the excursion. And he was like, half off. If you go today, half off. Like
I think they were paying like 250,000, right?
Yes, and he literally reached out to this guy and was like, "If you accept today, you can go half off." And the guy was like, "I'm just a little worried about these things." And he's like, "Listen, it's so safe, NASA engine," and he's talking the guy into going.
He
right?
was confident in it. That's why he went on it.
Right.
So, but at the same time,
so yes,
this is just like fucking guy from Amazon going to space
and taking that guy.
They could have died. That shit could have exploded.
Hamish went with him. Hamish went with Bezos into space.
Balling. Okay, so look, they risk it. That's like parachute diving. All that shit is risky. So it just happened to happen that time.
Okay, so
you gotta
also, another reason why I think I would have gone if somebody said, "Hey, I've got this ticket." He's gonna go, and he made it, and and this researcher's gonna go, and he's been 30 times. And also, listen to me.
Everybody's paying $250, and you're free.
Yes, I swear to God.
Ow, that would hurt. Because then it would be like. Yeah.
I swear to God, I think I would have wanted to take advantage and see the Titanic.
A lot of people thought it would be safe.
Listen to me. It had never happened before.
I know.
It's never happened before.
There's people that said they took that trip 30,000 times.
How many?
3 dozen times.
Yes. How many? And it never happened before.
That's what I'm saying.
Never happened before. How many waivers have you signed that have all that bullshit warning on it? And you're thinking to yourself, this is free. You're going. You made it. You're going. I gotta be safe.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
so
for
it's the
them
same
to be
thing.
shitting on all these people for going, it's like...
What's going to happen? Same thing's going to happen when we start traveling into space. Eventually, it's just like a plane crash. You're going to have a fucking space crash. And then you're going to just have to fix it. And it's going to be a risk on doing that dangerous ass shit. Over
the problem is, though, he was warned very specifically about the lifetime of that carbon fiber. Right. And he
that's just laws, then. They didn't make the right laws for it.
Yeah.
So that's the government's fault then, because they should make it where you can't go if that's the proper.
He wasn't regulated. He went into international waters on purpose.
Oh, so you don't have to be regulated?
Yeah. He did it on purpose.
The Titanic.
Yeah.
Is not regulated?
No.
You want to see the Titanic? You sure?
Oh no, that's why it's international waters.
Oh, that's why he could do it?
Yes. Yeah, because there wasn't a government to regulate it.
NATO.
And he was warned a million times. And he told everybody, listen, this is at your own risk. I'm not regulated because the regulations honestly are bullshit. He had his own speech and he sounded confident and he went and it had never happened before. Nobody had imploded yet.
That's what I'm saying. It could happen. Anything.
But he was warned about the carbon fiber, and he was warned about the effects on carbon fiber on the pressurization and depressurization, and pressurization and depressurization, whatever the technical terms are for that, when you're going up and going down that deep so many times. And he was supposed to have checked that carbon fiber, and there were ways without having to destroy the actual hole that was created, because the best way would have been to cut it in half and check the carbon fiber and see if there's any little holes. But He could have done an X-ray, which is also another, in engineering, a widely accepted way to check carbon fiber deficiencies or anomalies. And he obviously never did any of it. He didn't do any of the regulations to even try to see what was going on and if it was going to be safe again.